1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Our pal Paul Harding from Martin Harding Mazzotti on the phone.
Morning, Paul.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning.
Hey, so WNYT.com titled it this, Scandal at New York State Police Lab. What we've been reading and following is that there's maybe a dozen analysts or so who may have cheated on one specific test. What do you know, Paul?
Well, I know that there's a new specific test out there, and it's called the True Allele, and that test is a more sophisticated way for the police and ultimately for a jury to hear about DNA sample, meaning was someone in the room at the crime scene, and can they pinpoint that? So it's a new test. It's super sophisticated, and apparently the allegation here is that of the 36 analysts in the state police who had to kind of test it and to be qualified to use it, 12 were being accused of cheating. Man,
the state police, the police in general can't catch a break, can they? It seems like every hitch and turn. So what give us the break? How important is DNA nowadays, and how important is this new test in your opinion?
Yeah, DNA is a game changer. When that really became a use in the courtroom, folks who just couldn't get anybody to sort of commit that they were there. They couldn't get any eyewitnesses. I mean, it just changed it. It found a way to put people at the crime scene who otherwise would have no reason to be there, right? So It was real strong stuff. But here you've got, a situation where I think in this particular case, the Wakefield case in Schenectady is where this came about, even though this is statewide and kind of going beyond that. Here you've got the scientists who sort of developed this test, who was the one testifying. So probably not going to affect this case specifically, the Schenectady one. But what it does is take these 12 analysts, right, and being accused of cheating, and just make it look like, as a defense attorney now, make it look like the office is just kind of not operating the way it's supposed to be. The individuals who later would maybe be part of some testing, you could just bring that out, in cross-examination. Isn't it true that this, you've had these issues at your lab? Isn't it true that the individual who worked on this was at least being examined
that
for
would be my
cheating?
That would be my legal opinion.
But it undermines any evidence that's entered that was handled by any of these dozen.
All of a sudden, it's out the window, right?
And even moving forward, because once you've kind of got your name on a cheating scandal, all you have to do is, from a defense attorney's perspective, and maybe rightly so, is to put reasonable doubt in a jury's mind. So you give them something to kind of hang their hat on.
Okay.
Well, you went through the police lab.
Now it makes sense to me. So this gives any defense attorney a crack in the door, or the door is open with a foot and a shoe in the door, right?
To attempt to attack credibility, which, let's face it, the average person, not even the average, most of us have no idea, me included, how to break down these, these chromosomes and get into the spacing and the ordering that will actually prove DNA testing. I mean, it's super sophisticated. So we don't really know what it is anyway. We rely on the results, and if you can taint the folks who are reading these results, ultimately you may be able to put reasonable doubt in the jury's mind, and either have your client found not guilty, or at that point, let the plea bargains.
That makes that. There you go. That's why it's such a big deal.
Well, this lab, where the scandal, I'll put my air quotes up here. Does this lab handle everything in the state of New York, or is there a bunch of labs?
Well, it is the New York State lab. It is there are other satellite offices, but it's the central one. We happen to have it here. There's a little more probably media buzz than there is actual wrongdoing to past criminal cases.
All right,
thanks. It's Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010 and 1-800-LAW-1010.com.
One step closer, Paul, to getting a barcode on the side of our neck that tells us exactly who we are and where we were, though, right?
It's exactly right. Yeah.
All right. Exactly. Thanks, Paul. Have a good one, buddy.
Okay, guys.
Later.
Quinn and Cantara, mornings on PYX 106.